Hello, today I am going to explain about CFS, that is Consolidated Financial Statements. In days 110, the IFRS 10 is dealing with this Consolidated Financial Statement. This is weightage area and the chapter is quite difficult. When you refer this chapter, you will find a lot of adjustment going on over there. If you clear the basic concepts or fundamentals properly, you will get a strong grip on this chapter, okay? So in this video, my intention is to make you clear about the basic concepts in this chapter. Okay. Okay, then what's the meaning and purpose of consolidated financial statement? All of us know today is an era of globalization. Competition is growing between companies, cross-border transactions increasing, and also there is a tendency among business units to combine together and form groups. So ultimately, what is the purpose of these business combinations? It is possible to avoid unhealthy competitions. So forming holding and subsidiary companies is one of the popular methods of business combinations. The holding company together with subsidiaries is called the group. Here we can take an example of Reliance Industries Limited. So here we have Reliance Communications, Reliance Capital, Reliance Infrastructure, Reliance Power, Reliance Defense and Reliance Entertainment. Okay. So these 7 companies are being controlled by Reliance. So there is a control of these companies by Reliance, right? Here we can say holding company and subsidiary company relationship. Holding company is also known as parent company, okay? So here we are going to take an example of Reliance Industries Limited, okay? So here we have Reliance Retail, Network 18, Geo Platforms, Reliance Industrial Infrastructure, Reliance Life Sciences, Geo Payments Bank, Reliance Petroleum and Reliance Projects and Property, all these things. So here Reliance Retail is a subsidiary of Reliance. Network 18 is a subsidiary of Reliance. But at the same time, they are separate entities, not amalgamated, okay? They have their own separate financial statements. So their own separate financial statement is also called standalone financial statement. To be more clearly, I will explain, okay? That is, Reliance Retail is a subsidiary of Reliance Industries Limited. Clear? So this Reliance Retail has its own financial statement that is called standalone financial statements. Okay. So Network 18 has its own standalone financial statement. Geo has its own standalone financial statement. Clear? Financial statements include statement of financial position, statement of financial performance, that is profit and loss account. Okay, profit and loss account also called a statement of profit or loss and comprehensive income, and then cash flow statement, then statement of changes in equity, and notes, significant notes. Okay, these are the financial statements. So all the subsidiaries of Reliance Industries Limited has their own financial statement. That is their own standalone financial statement, means separate financial statement. And you know the Reliance company also have its own standalone financial statement. Okay. So here the holding company, that is the Reliance Industries Limited. Okay. Why Reliance Industries Limited became holding company here? Because Reliance company has control over them, that is control over these subsidiaries. Okay, so here Reliance Industries Limited and its subsidiaries, the whole thing is treated as one group. We call it as one group, one entity. Okay, so here for learning this chapter you have to know some terminologies, that is holding company, subsidiary company. Okay, before discussing what is holding company and subsidiary company, let me explain what is CFS, that is Consolidated Financial Statement, and what's the need for preparing that. Okay. So here in the above example, normally the shareholders of Reliance would like to know the financial position and performance of the whole group, because here the Reliance Industries Limited is the holding company, that is the parent company. So parent is investing in subsidiaries, so normally they want to know the utilization of their investment, right? That is parent company's shareholders would like to know the financial position and financial performance of the subsidiary companies. Suppose I am giving you cash and you investing that cash somewhere else, so I would like to know how you are utilizing that fund, right? Also, I want to know the functioning of the institutions where you invested my cash. So here is the need of CFS, that is consolidated financial statements. According to Ind AS 110, makes it compulsory to prepare CFS, that is consolidated financial statements, and giving you the principles regarding how to prepare the consolidated financial statements. Moving on to the next topic, holding company. What do you mean by holding company? A company that acquires more than 50% of the shares of another company is called holding company or parent company. Then what is subsidiary company? A company whose majority of shares are acquired by parent company is known as subsidiary company. Suppose A Limited acquires 70% of the equity shares of B Limited. Here A Limited is the parent company and B Limited is the subsidiary company. Clear? So here A Limited has its own financial statement, and also A Limited need to incorporate or include or attach or consolidate the financial statement of B Limited. Why A Limited need to consolidate here? Why they need to prepare CFS? Because the information contained in the individual financial statements of a parent company and each of its subsidiaries does not give a picture of the group's total activities. When the financial statements of a parent and its subsidiaries are combined together, we shall get a picture of the group's total activities. So such financial statements are called consolidated financial statements. Why A Limited need to consolidate here? Why they need to prepare CFS? Because the information contained in the individual financial statements of a parent company and each of its subsidiaries does not give a picture of the group's total activities. When the financial statements of a parent and its subsidiaries are combined together, we shall get a picture of the group's total activities. So such financial statements are called consolidated financial statements. Now let's have a look at the key definitions in the Ind AS 110. First, consolidated financial statement, that is CFS, are financial statements of a group in which the assets, liabilities, equities, income, expense and cash flows of the parent and its subsidiaries are presented as those of a single economic entity. Next, what is a parent company? Parent is an entity that controls one or more entities. In other words, it's an enterprise that has one or more subsidiaries. It is a company which holds the majority of equity shares of another company. Here, majority means more than 50% shares. Okay, so parent company is also known as holding company. Next, subsidiary company. A subsidiary is a company whose majority of equity shares are held by another company, that is parent or holding company. Okay, if the parent has purchased 100% of the outstanding equity shares, the subsidiary is called wholly owned subsidiary. Now let's have a look at the legal definition of a subsidiary company. A holding company is better defined in the context of the definition of a subsidiary company. That is section 287 of the Companies Act 2013 defines a subsidiary company. This definition provides three conditions. That is, a company is a subsidiary of a holding company in any of the following three cases. Okay, first condition or first case, when the holding company controls the composition of the board of directors of the subsidiary company. That is, the holding company is able to appoint or dismiss the majority of the directors of the subsidiary company. So once again, you please recollect the above example, that is A and B, both are separate entities. A is parent company or holding company, B is subsidiary. So there A controls B. Okay. Second case, where the holding company holds more than 50% in nominal value of the equity share capital of the subsidiary company. That is, the holding company holds the majority of voting power in the subsidiary company. In our above example, A Limited and B Limited, A Limited holds more than 50% equity shares in B Limited. That is, more than 50% means 51%, maybe 60% share capital. Okay, then B Limited became the subsidiary of company A. Okay. Third case, When a subsidiary company is a holding company of another subsidiary company, the original holding company is also a holding company of that the other subsidiary company. Don't get confused, I will explain, okay? Here A limited, B limited, C limited. Here B limited is the subsidiary of A limited and C limited is the subsidiary of B limited. Okay. So the ultimate subsidiary of A limited is C limited. That is what explaining here. That is C limited is also the subsidiary of A limited. Clear? In other words, we can say A limited is the holding company of B limited. B limited is the holding company of C limited. Holding company means that is A limited is holding more than 50% share in B limited and B limited is holding more than 50% share in C limited. This is a case of chain holding, okay? So by virtue of holding, C limited is the ultimate subsidiary of A limited. That is the third condition. So we need to fulfill or satisfy any of the three conditions before deciding holding company and subsidiary company. Okay. So in this video, I just tried to explain what is CFS, when to prepare CFS, what is the need of preparing CFS, and what is holding company or parent company, and what is subsidiary company, etc. Only very basics discussed here, that is while we considering the legal definition of a holding company and subsidiary company, very small terms like control, that means or that need a depth explanation actually. Next video we can discuss the accounting requirements and other terminologies involved in CFS. That's all for today. Thank you.